President Trump says he might travel to the Middle East as soon as this weekend as Israel and Hamas continue those indirect negotiations to end the war in Gaza. And Trump's comments come as Middle East envoy Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner, the president's son-in-law and outside advisor, joined the peace talks in Cairo today. CBS News senior White House and political correspondent Ed O'Keefe joins us now. Ed, thanks for being with us here tonight. The president there mentioning this possible trip to Middle East with a pretty fast turnaround. Do we know exactly where he could potentially travel in the next few days? And what would his presence symbolize?
He was asked whether it would be Egypt where these talks are happening. He said yes. When asked if he would consider going to Gaza, he said he'd like to see it. Unclear how that would happen given the hostilities there and the concerns about that region's security. But what is telling here, Nancy, is how quickly this has happened now. We are, on the first day of talks that have concluded for today in Sharm el-Sheikh, Egypt, where you, as you mentioned, have the president's lead envoy to the region, Steve Witkoff, and his son-in-law, Jared Kushner, there. He was in this meeting this afternoon with conservative journalists raising concerns about Antifa and violence in Portland, Oregon, and other cities across the country, when suddenly, towards the end of it, the Secretary of State, Marco Rubio, walked in, took a seat, started scribbling a note. I think we have a photo of this, where he was telling the president and preparing to pass him this note. You see him there passing him the note, which, according to a photo that was taken of it by the Associated Press, says, "We're very close to a deal. We need you to draft a Truth Social post so that you can announce this agreement first." And so what we're essentially doing is awaiting any word from the president that suggests that perhaps there is a deal tonight, if not in the coming days. But the idea that he would go to the region signals how directly involved, even though he's not there, he is and wants to be, should there be a resolution to this in the next few days. There are some reports from the region that suggest that the two sides, the Israelis and the Palestinian sides, have been told that mediators would like Friday to be the deadline for a deal to be announced, which would give them essentially another, 36 hours or so to be able to do that.
Some real-time diplomacy in action there. Ed O'Keefe, thank you very much.